The question of what Islam says about women's right is often complex, not because the core teachings are unclear, but because these teachings have been interpreted, practiced, and sometimes distorted differently across centuries, cultures, and geographical regions. To understand Islam's authentic stance, we must look primarily at its two main sources, the Quran, the Holy Book, and the Sunnah, the teachings and life example of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as recorded in the Hadith. At its heart, Islam brought revolutionary rights to women in 7th century, rights that were often unheard of in other major civilizations and certainly in the pre-Islamic Arabic society known as the Age of Ignorance or Jahiliyyah. Part 1. The Foundation of Equity and Dignity. The most fundamental principle in Islam is the equal worth and spiritual status of men and women before God, Allah. 1. Spiritual and human equity. Islam rejects the idea found in some other traditions that woman is inherently evil or the source of humanity's original sin. The Quran states that both Adam and Eve shared in the first mistake and both received God forgiveness. Equal origin. The Quran affirms that men and women are created from a single soul, implying a shared essence and humanity. O mankind, fear your Lord, who creates you from one soul and created from it its mate and dispersed from both of them many men and women. Quran, Surah 4, Ayat 1. Equal accountability and reward. In the eyes of God, salvation and reward are based purely on one's faith and righteous action, not gender. Indeed, the Muslim men and Muslim women, the believing men and believing woman, the obedient men and obedient woman, the truthful men and truthful woman, the patient men and patient woman, the humble men and humble woman, the charitable men and charitable woman, the fasting men and fasting woman, the men who guard their chastity and the women who guard their chastity, and the men who remember Allah often and the women who remember Allah often. For them, Allah has prepared forgiveness and a great reward. Quran, Surah 33, Ayat 35. I will not allow to be lost the work of worker among you. Whether male or female, you are all from one another. Quran, Surah 3, Ayat 195. This established an inherent dignity for women, elevating their status being mere property, a common view in the time, to being full, independent moral agents. 2. The woman as a daughter, sister, mother, and wife. Islam defined clear, protective, honorable roles for women in the family structure. The daughter. Pre-Islamic Arabia often practiced female infanticide, burying baby girls alive. Islam strictly and absolutely condemned this practice, treating it as murder. The Prophet Muhammad elevated the status of raising daughter. Whoever has 3 daughters or 3 sisters, or 2 daughters or 2 sisters, and is kind to them and fears Allah regarding them will enter paradise. Hadith, collection from Tirmizi. The mother. The status of the mother is unparalleled. The Prophet Muhammad famously said, when asked who was most deserving of one's companionship, your mother, repeated 3 times before mentioning the father on the fourth mention. Another saying is, paradise lies at the feet of mothers. This is a profound statement of respect and honor. The wife. The relationship between a husband and wife is described in the Quran not as one of master and servant, but as one of mutual peace, love, and protection. And of his signs is that he created for you from themselves mates that you may find tranquility in them, and he placed between you affection and mercy. Quran Surah 30 Ayat 21. The Prophet Muhammad said, the most complete of the believer in the faith is the one with the best character, and the best of you are the best to their woman. Hadith collection of Tirmizi.